I want you to arrest me, and I don't want to get on the ground. I ain't let them get to talking, and I fired on the first motherfucker I seen. Boom, boom. When I tell someone I just stabbed someone, it's not normal for you to be like, you want to go get some suits? Yabagoo.
Welcome back to another episode of the No Script Podcast. My name is Nalbandi, your host for today. And today's guest, we have a very special guest, one of my close friends from my hometown. We have Matthew Anderson, who has probably some of the craziest stories that you guys are ever going to hear, from being a #1 recruit at a football camp to losing his opportunity to play in the NFL to ending up in jail. Just some of the craziest things you guys are going to hear. So please welcome Matthew Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome, Kia.
Thank you for coming, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Dude, I've known Matt for years now. We met at the gym back home,
Balling.
playing basketball together, and you just over the years, just listening to your stories, just you'll tell me like little snippets here and there, and then just now we're at the point where like I could broadcast it and put it out to the world. So I'm like, this is like the perfect opportunity to do so.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a good time, and jump right in there.
I mean, dude, someone your size, because you're what? You're the biggest guy I've had in the sea. You're 6'8".
I'm 430 right now. I was 440 last week.
440.
Mm-hmm.
And your weight's just fluctuating up and down, huh?
Yeah, it's been fluctuating ever since I did a fast or a cleanse, you want to call it, where you just drink green juice every day, 47 days. I lost 100 pounds doing that. I feel like my cells are more dense. Got all the toxins out of them, and been all around.
So 47 days, nothing but juice.
You're getting spinach and kale, so you're getting those calories. It's just no solids. And that's when your body dumps acids out of each individual cell because it's not creating acid. Your body's not creating acid to digest solids.
So what do you put in these juices?
I put pink Himalayan salt, garlic, ginger root, 3 tomatoes, 2 handfuls of kale, 2 handfuls of spinach, 3 lime juice, and parsley, cilantro, and I think that's the last ingredient.
So you go from like eating a lot of food to doing a cleanse like this. That's probably really rough on your stomach, no?
Yeah, my stomach's gone through it, so I had to figure out what exactly works. I know what works for cleansing. That's what we're talking about. But from going vegan, that not working, to carnivore diet, to just like bouncing around, no carbs. Right now, I'm just having like blueberries in the morning, like a bagel for breakfast, and then I just eat beef and rice for dinner.
I remember we went to a sushi place one time.
Mm.
It was me, you, and our friend Chris from back home.
Oh yeah.
We went to sushi show, and every time we went there, you would go to the store, the grocery store next door, and buy lemons.
Oh yeah.
And we would go in there, and the first thing you would do is move our waters away from us. And you'd be like, if you want to drink water, you got to ask for permission first. I was like, wait, why? You're like, if you're thirsty, here, drink this lemon. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
And then like, why? What's with that?
So this is one of the reasons I can't go back to sushi show, because they don't want me there. They know that I come in there with the lemons and I take all their sushi reserves, their tuna, their fake crab, all that. That's the secret to going to a buffet. You get a bunch of lemon, you squeeze it all into one cup. When you're full, you drink all the lemon, and it's like starting back over. That's why we have so much fun there.
No, dude, I remember. And then you'll take the paper for the all you can eat, and you'll order like 2 rolls, 2 rolls, 2 rolls, 2 rolls, 2 rolls, and they'll order like 2 rolls at a time, right?
Right.
And then you'll hand me the paper, be like, now order for yourself. And then the food will get here, and then you're like piecing the sushi together. You're like taking 3 different rolls and just pushing them together and just stuffing your face.
I love that.
So it's crazy to hear about your like transition to going vegan, going juice cleanse from eating like that.
So basically what happened is all that soy sauce, I would basically have 1 container of soy sauce to myself every time I went to have sushi. That'd give me a thing called edema in my legs. That's where I started realizing I'm not that healthy. Just get like swollen legs. You have your socks too tight, you see that line around your leg.
Yeah.
That's a clinical condition. Like you're having way too much salt. That's what started my my journey into finding healthier foods. That's what got me on that spinach and kale cleanse. A guy told me about it. That's real knowledgeable on the subject of cell chelation.
Cell chelation?
Cell chelation, chelation, chelation. It's individually cleansing each cell. So if you can imagine how many cells your body has, you're dumping toxins out of each one. That's how I lost all the weight.
And then it's probably, if you're losing weight at that rate, it's probably super easy to gain it back, huh?
Yeah, I put it all back in jail. That's another story, freaking, if we have time for.
Oh, we will have time for that. All right, let's transition because you have like, I was looking, because you mentioned NFL, you mentioned playing football. I was looking at these linemen in the NFL, and dude, you got like 100 pounds on like the average lineman. I was like, the average lineman's like 6'2",
Yeah.
330.
Mm.
That's not even average. That's like the top of the line, guys.
Yeah.
That's like 330 is the max, and you're over here sitting at what, like between 430 to 460 at 6'8".
I fluctuate from 430 to 450, depending on how many carbs I take in. I'm no carbs right now, so I'm 432 today. And I think about that a lot, the NFL thing, because I feel like I still got it, but I had an epiphany later in life. I realized I didn't like football. I realized that my high school football coach, who was a piece of shit, kind of just grabbed me by the shoulder and said, "Come with me. You're gonna play." I wanted to play basketball, but he turned out to be one of those coaches like Varsity Blues. Like, once you get to know me, oh, I'm gonna fuck with your transcripts. I want you to go to this school, this and that. He ended up signing me up to go to USC. I went to a summer camp there. I ended up being the best O-line, and Pete Carroll was there.
Pete Carroll, the current coach, is he still the Seahawks coach?
Seahawks, wherever he's at now. He was a great coach, but he was there at USC. I got to talk to him. I was a young kid then, probably 18. What had happened with that, after he told me I was the best old lineman there, and he gave me a little award, a Gatorade container and a towel, Gatorade towel. And what happened was, everything in my life revolves around food. We went back to the USC cafeteria, and I ate their food, just like macaroni, nothing special, salad. So we had one more practice later that day. It was just kind of a get out of your dorm room and just go run around and whatever they do. I didn't want to go. I said, if it's not important, you're just messing around. I stayed in my room. Not the best decision, because a couple hours went by. I didn't have anything to do. I ended up going through a lot of people's dorms at the USC looking for food. I found some beef jerky. And long story short, I know for sure, me finding that beef jerky got me not going to USC on a full scholarship. So it wasn't the coach at San Dimas who was a piece of shit that got me fucked off from my college. It was me. Unbeknownst to me, when I don't want to be in a situation, I find ways to get myself out of it, and that's how I did it.
Was the beef jerky worth it?
Beef jerky, it was worth it. Because if I was playing, think about college football to NFL to now, I probably wouldn't be able to walk. I probably have some metal knees and stuff, but
you're telling me now you want me to find you an opportunity to get to the NFL.
I want to get there now, because I feel like 1 year in the NFL can get me $1
million.
$1 million, maybe a boat, car. You never know.
Is that what you'd spend it on? A boat? I
I'd buy
said
a boat
before a car.
Think about it. If I got a boat, I don't have to go to sushi show, because I can go to the ocean, get my crab, get my tuna, get my lobster. I got a boat. I got my line.
I love how it still goes back to food at the end of the day.
That's all it's about, right?
If you could go back to that time at USC, would you take the beef jerky?
I would not take the beef jerky. I would say, Pete Carroll, I'm coming to practice, whatever. They're playing like flag or whatever. Some fun type of game I wasn't interested in.
So when you're in the summer league or summer camp, right, of USC, that means you're not at the school, but that means you could go.
That
into
means
the season.
You're gonna be brought on. They bring on whoever they want. It's a private school, so I knew this, and I've been a spoiled kid, so I figured. I'm sure in my mind, I don't know if you know, but kids, when they're growing up, their frontal cortex ain't developed all the way. You don't think things through all the way, so I got myself out of that situation subconsciously. I said, "Oh, let me go. I'm gonna go steal in people's rooms and look for food. I'm not stealing your watch, I'm stealing your beef jerky and your Lunchables."
So were you like at the time, like you were broke, you just couldn't afford food, or you?
I wasn't broke. Just don't think things through. You don't think about consequences. You don't think, oh, what's gonna happen if they see this big guy coming in my room on the security camera? He's Going into each room, in and out, in and out, in and out. Oh, I found beef jerky. I can go back to my room now. That's what happened.
Wow, so you literally, not only were you the number one recruit, but you were told personally by Pete Carroll, one of the best known coaches currently, that
Yeah,
you were the best player there. That's crazy, dude.
the best old lineman there. This is
Still, dude.
yeah,
Like, damn.
yeah. I feel it now in my soul when I'm sitting at home playing Call of Duty. Like, damn, I could be fucking eating.
You're playing Madden, you're like, damn, that could have been like, damn, the motherfucking lineman can't stop this guy for shit. If I was there, and then you think about it.
And this is why we're talking about it now, because we're not holding anything back now. We wanna try to do what we can do to get established in as far as making money and not having to work to make it. So we're just gonna
So
put myself on the internet basically.
you're not that passionate about football still, obviously. So you're
I could
okay.
I could get passionate about it. Yeah,
You're okay just taking the check and riding the bench.
I take the check and just be the punter. Yeah.
Dude, imagine him coming out as the punter, dude.
Right.
He's on the line, he's on the bench, and they're like, now sub again, Matthew Anderson.
Coming in at 430 pounds, 6'7".
Punting the ball. You could punt, huh?
Yeah, I was on the kickoff team actually, and
Really?
I was known for getting all the way down to the guy as he caught the ball and not be able to catch him. So I'll get one arm on him and he'll just make a move. Of course, in my head, I'm going to get down there and hit him as hard as I can, but it never happened that way. I'd always get down there, get a hand on him, and I'd never get the tackle.
That's crazy that never in your life were you passionate. You were dragged into it in high school, right? And you
Yeah.
mentioned your coach was a piece of shit. Like, why was he a piece of shit?
His name is Roland DeAnda.
That's the first thing he says when I ask why
He's
he
a
was
piece of shit because he had a beautiful wife, right? Beautiful wife. He's got his kids, whatever.
Fuck that guy, huh?
But he had this, I want to say, police class. It was like a law enforcement class in high school. What he would do is he would get the chicks, whoever looked the best, in the front row and specifically tell them, wear a skirt and buy them underwear. And buy them underwear. Victoria's Secret.
The coach.
The coach.
Would, as a teacher, would do this.
As a teacher, yeah. He'll be in the fucking weight room with the same girls, invite them to be water girls on the team, be in the fucking locker room, no underwear, just shorts with no underwear so he can swing, be like, look, and swing his fucking dick back and forth through his shorts and have them look at it as if like that's something they like. So
how is this like?
for me, I would talk to him about that and he'll say shit like, oh, if anybody finds out about it, I'm gonna fuck with your transcripts, like the Varsity Blues. So for some reason, me and him was close, and he thought I won't tell his fucking secret or whatever. It got out because I know he got in trouble. Like I said, he had a beautiful wife. I don't know what he's talking to.
But if it's this obvious, like, why were you the only one that caught on to that?
It was a couple of us, the bigger guys, like seniors, hanging around him, doing our own private weightlifting. He'll have his favorite water girl, whatever, around, and just be doing obscene shit. I didn't think nothing of it at the time, but later on in life, I'm thinking like, oh, this is what happened in my. We had a fucking Pop Warner coach coaching varsity football. He just had a bunch of coaches around him that really knew what they were doing. That's how I got the shot to go to USC at their summer camp. It wasn't Coach Deanna, it was Coach Rock. He was a defensive coach. He knew I think his name was Rock LaSalle. He actually knows his stuff. There's actually coaches we had that we set out to do a mission, which was get to the championships. They hadn't done it since '87. It was 2005 then. He really took the fun out of football for me. He was a real piece of shit. Just looking at his family, he had a great family, beautiful wife, and then all the extracurricular shit he did, fucking off, buying girl shit, this and that, and having them go in his office. Who knows what the hell transpired? And I know he got in trouble, though.
Was this later on after you left you found out, or what?
Yeah, it was like I quit football and fucking didn't play my senior year. I could have probably done great things, but
You didn't play your senior year in high school. When did you go to the USC summer camp?
Coach Rock got me into that after the senior year. So I was kind of just sitting around basically. He gave me a call one morning and I went with him. He had a couple other kids going with him up there, and I did really well.
Now, were you upset when you like? How did they tell you that look? We
They
can't
didn't
have you
tell
on
me.
the
That's
team?
the thing. I had to figure it out. Like, oh yeah, I was going into people's rooms. So you go from receiving from Pete Carroll, having congratulations, you're the number one O lineman at this camp. Basically meaning you're gonna be on our team starting out next year. And then after that practice, me going and doing what I did and going into each dorm room because they're unlocked. You're supposed to go to practice, but me, I'm gonna stay in the room and not go. And that turned out to be a torrential downpour because it was hours and hours. So
So then you just didn't hear back or get a call
yeah,
back,
right.
right?
I didn't hear back, and then I ended up stealing something from Champs. I was 17, I think. I stole some football gloves from Dick's Sporting Goods in Covina, and I got arrested. The loss prevention guy.
He caught
He
you.
basically said, "Just stay here," and this and that. I did that, and when I got to the Covina jail, I had on my San Dimas cutoff shirt or football shirt, San Dimas Saints, and one of the cops there was like, "Hey, isn't that Anderson? We saw him over there at the combine for USC."
Oh shit.
So I heard them talk, and they were saying, "Yeah, they won't be looking after him. He's still doing that shit." So I said, "Oh, I
Oh,
thought I
so you like connected the dots that
connected the dots because I got a problem with stealing. It seems like I like to steal shit. Like if I go
there
buy
was
something."
something right here before before we started. His pockets are full. He has all my shit in there. If you guys like fast forward, you can just slowly see shit just getting less and less throughout the time.
Oh man,
Uh, damn, bro. So you mentioned at USC, they didn't give you a call back. They didn't tell you anything. You just got cut.
so
You
you go
didn't.
from them telling you you're number one. You're gonna be we want you as our O lineman. Don't be trying to be a linebacker. Don't be trying to be a tight end. Just stay O lineman. You're number one at that. So you go from that practice to going to your dorm room. You say, "Oh, I got an hour to the next practice," and they tell you we're gonna have a fun. It's a fun thing and not serious.
How
I'm
did they
thinking
find out?
they got cameras,
Oh,
unbeknownst to me. I don't, but you figure it out later. You say, "Oh, you gotta have cameras." It's a hallway with a bunch of rooms in it. It's security. So
so were you stealing gloves for the camp? Like were you
no, it was after.
just to do
Just
it?
the black, one white, one
Those are
black,
sick.
those thick
Yeah.
ones, right? So just didn't have the money at the time. Just for some reason in my head, I think I can get away with it because I'm big. I think that's where it stemmed from. Me stealing stuff. If I'm gonna pay for something at the register, I usually put something in my pocket. It's a problem I have. I don't know why. I don't do it as much anymore. But something with being big, I'm sure it's an ego thing. But a lot of stuff I wouldn't be normally talking about. But I'm trying to get $1 million. I got to tell the story
I hear you,
somehow.
dude.
Yeah.
Is it true you stabbed someone?
Did you Google that or what?
I did Google it after you told me. I
That's
wanted.
like Nardwar. Nobody's supposed to know about that. Yeah.
Well, man.
Yeah.
Dude, start at the beginning. Start in high school. Start with who this kid was.
Well, how long is this recording? Because this story is. I found out later how deep this story goes. How I was set up.
Now, I don't know what you want to talk about, but I want to hear the full story.
Okay, so the full story of this situation. I'm a football player. I'm a O lineman. I'm on the right side. My guard is on the right side, but he's on my left. There's a guard and a tackle on the left side. Okay. So well, basically, this guy's my best friend. His name's Sean Mahoney. Okay. Um,
Oh, you're not holding back.
no, fuck him. He's
Shit.
Irish. I'm Scottish. Well, we butt heads every now and then. He's 1 year older than me, so I was a junior. He was a senior. He had a old school muscle car called the Chevelle Malibu.
Chevelle. They talk about that on music a lot, no?
Yeah, that's the real classic looking Chevy Chevelle or
Long,
Chevy. It was a
long
Chevy
car.
Malibu actually. Yeah,
Okay.
one of the two. Blue color, like baby blue. Fucking, I had a black Dodge pickup at the time. Um, so that whole time he's like the older brother figure. I look up to him, or so he thinks, and So everything's fine, but he's doing real well. He's taking steroids and stuff at 17 and 18 and
Is that
19.
doing real well?
Yeah, to him, he was doing real. He's curling 80s, at a young
Oh,
age.
oh, dude, I forgot he is your size because
Yeah, he's
he was
my
on the
height.
line with you in football.
Yeah, just a little shorter, same weight. So what happened is 10 years goes by. He remembers that I like him. He's a cool friend of mine. I look up to him, so he thinks. And what he does is he comes over to my house on Easter with his whole family, his wife and his 3 kids, and is like to say, "Hey, we're just in town. We're stopping by. Our kids play with your kids, and we're gonna hit the road." So we chopped it up for an hour or so. Nighttime came, and he says, "All right, well, it was good seeing you guys and catching up. I think we're gonna head out of here." And his wife chimes in with, "No, honey, I gave our last $100 bill to the manager at the hotel. Sorry," as if he didn't know that.
Did this seem very staged on their end?
Yeah, not at the time. At the time, it was like, "Oh, okay, you can stay here. Yeah, well, if you don't have money for food and diapers for your kids, we can help you out to get back on your feet." And I ended up sleeping on a rug like this in my living room, and he would sleep in my bed. And
Wow.
so the plan was working out really good in his favor. It worked out to a T, right? So the part of this plan where it fails is when he's supposed to be there 21 days, right? We get to the 21 days, the 21st day, he's got this plan that he's hatched it, unbeknownst to me at the time. He's like, "Hey, I need to use your car. I need to go get some money so I can make some moves." I said, "No, you can't use my car. You don't have a license. You know that." He said, "Well, my wife can drive." I said, "She don't have a license either. I know that. You never drive my car." He said, "You're a fake ass friend." As he's coming down my stairs and I'm going up, I'm thinking, all right, I'll just give him his space. He's probably going through some shit. Fucking, I go sit down in the living room. His wife goes in my garage and starts doing whatever she was doing. Come to find out, after some time goes by, she got a bicycle pump and was pumping up a 3-wheel stroller, a 2-seated toddler stroller with 3 wheels. Pumped it up all the way and made it pop so she could rip it out of the tire and bring the inner tube in the house and say, "Hey, can we use your car? We're going to go to the store, get this inner tube fixed, bring it back, put it in the stroller, and go for a walk to get our money. But we need your car to go get it fixed." I said, "Okay, that's brilliant." As soon as she did that, I heard the loud pop, and I'm telling her, like, "You already knew that was broken. I don't know why you put air in it to pop it." And then that's when it started clicking. Like, I said, "You guys need to get out of here." At which point, they both said, "We ain't going nowhere." And they both approached me. And I'm thinking, this is strange. He got all the way up to me. His stomach's touching my stomach. And he's talking. But as he's talking, I'm not going to do nothing. But some of his spit got on my lip. And as soon as that happened, I lifted his ass up over a couch, pushed him over, and started choking him.
Dang, you literally lifted this dude that was your size.
Yeah, I lifted it like that. Adrenaline is a motherfucker. I picked him up over the couch in one pushing motion. So if you can imagine that, like Batman when he fucking dives into somebody's abdomen, takes them over the building with him down. So we're over a couch and I'm
It's the
choking
shit
him
you
out.
see in movies,
Yeah.
or in Matt's living room.
In my living room, yeah. Mortal Kombat. So we're in a full-on fight at this point. And the reason why it was so intense is because as soon as I pushed him, she got on the phone immediately and said, "Matt Anderson attacked my husband. He's high on meth and he's got 4 guns."
About you?
That's what she said. And as soon as I heard that, I said, "Oh, it's a setup. They're trying to do something." I couldn't quite figure out what they were trying to do, but we fighting. I choked him out. As I'm choking him, he's going to sleep, but she starts hitting me on the back of my head, and I'm leaning down over this couch with him on his back, waiting for him to go to sleep. I'm looking at him, and she's going boom, 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 boom. I said, "Oh, damn," like 9 or 10 times that it started hurting. So as soon as I see he went to sleep, I turn around, uppercut her bitch ass. And what she do, she blocked that shit like fucking Xena the Warrior.
Like how? Show me.
She blocked it like Wakanda forever. So she blocked my right hand, right? I said, "Okay." and I threw my left hand. She blocked that shit too.
Same way?
The same exact way. So I had to fucking front kick that bitch. So like the Black Panther.
You
like
kicked her?
I kicked
All
her.
right, let's see it.
Yeah. I ain't fucking around. You know what I'm saying? Like
She was she big? You blocked your uppercut?
she fights him. They get in fights. She stabs him with keys.
What?
She finds the Jetta keys and puts it in his skin. Gets him because he gets on that whatever he was taking. Whatever the pills he was taking, OxyContin, I'm guessing that's heroin.
He was
right?
doing all these drugs while he was living with you?
Yeah, this is the reason he came to my house, because he couldn't afford his diapers and baby food and food for his family because he's eating all the pills he's supposed to be selling. You see? I figure all this out
Wow.
later after jail time, right?
Dude, that's messed up, dude. So go back.
up.
You kick her. He's not. You put him to sleep. Just choked him, put him to sleep, huh?
Yeah, front choke. So he's on his back. I'm standing over him, bent all the way over down. She's got a clear shot on my neck area. Boom, 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 boom.
Which is the worst place to hit, huh? The
Yeah.
back of the head.
She got me good on the last 5 or 6 of them, and I turned around and hit her as hard as I could, and she just ate it, blocked it with both her forearms, and I threw the other one. Like I said, I had to kick her. The kick took her out. Now when she got kicked, homeboy's awake, right? But he's not engaging me. He's going in the kitchen to get a knife. He grabs the biggest knife in my kitchen, comes out the other side of the kitchen. I'm where I'm at. I see him with the knife. He says, "You hit my wife, I'm going to kill you." I said, "All right." So I go get a knife, and we're walking like this.
Now, are we talking butter knives or are we talking?
We're talking, he grabbed a bread knife, a serrated bread knife.
Okay.
I grabbed like a steak knife. I had to grab the next longest knife, and his knife was about this long, and so mine was a little short.
Holy crap, dude.
Right? Okay, so
It's good you live there, though. Like, imagine, like, he's going through drawers. He has a spoon. He doesn't know where your knives are.
well, the thing that made it so easy for him to grab a knife is it was a metal rack over the stove,
Oh.
and you got knives hanging.
I was like, choose your weapon kind of thing.
Choose your weapon. Yeah. So it wasn't hard. As he's chasing me, I passed through my kitchen this way, grab a knife, boom. Same thing he did. Now he's following me. We're both walking. And I'm trying to gauge whether or not he's serious. You know what I'm saying? So what I do, we keep walking about 3 or 4 times. We're going around, okay? And his wife starts doing shit. She's, what does she do? She went out my front door. She's at my front door talking to the police. On the phone, I slammed that shit and locked it. And then I proceed going back around because he's following me, this fat ass.
Dude, that's a movie. You literally locked her out and came back with the knife.
So if you can imagine us walking through here, just pretend my front door is right here. And every time we pass through your kitchen and come out the other end, boom. She went outside. I seen her. I took the opportunity to close it and lock it. And as he's walking, I just speed up in front of him and we continue the carousel. So, but the next time we come around this kitchen, entrance and exit, she's banging on the back door, back sliding door. She's saying, "Let me in, honey." And he opens it. And so I have time. Now I can see what he's doing. He let her in. I said, "All right, motherfucker." I open my front door and I step out. I'm in my door frame. And he's coming now. He's coming around this way again, walking towards me. He gets about right in front of the door and he walks up to me. I said, "This is your last chance. Put the knife down." And he keeps walking towards me. I look at his hand. His knuckles are bright white, clenched on the knife. That's the last thing I look at. And I stab him right in his fucking neck. Now, to me, I'm thinking I just stabbed this guy in his neck. And he asked me, he said, "You stabbed me?" I said, "Yeah."
After you stabbed him.
After I stabbed him, he asked me, "You stabbed me?" And blood's coming out of his mouth.
Oh.
And I said, "Yeah." "Now get the fuck out of my house." He said, "Am I going to die?" I said, "Probably. Get the fuck out." The wife picks up the knife that he drops and faces me like we're going to go round 2. Fight. And he said, "No, baby, he's going to kill you." I said, "You goddamn right."
Oh my God, dude.
And she dropped the knife. I stepped to the side and I let her go through the door with her punk ass husband. Get out. Okay?
Dude, he was like pouring blood.
Blood
You
coming
kicked him
out of
out.
his mouth. I'm thinking, he's still fucking alive. That's crazy. But I found out later, this is the reason I turned myself in. The police were looking for me. The trajectory you're aiming at with a long knife is not the same as a short knife because this is where you're aiming right here. but the knife's not right here. It's way up here. So if you can imagine, I'm aiming to go in this trajectory here. It slips in here and goes in the other cheek and out.
So you hit him in his cheek and it came out his other cheek?
Right. I found that out when the policeman sent me a photo of him saying, turn yourself in. You didn't commit a murder. This is an assault with a deadly weapon, GBI. So what happened was, I didn't know that time. I'm thinking, okay, he's on his way out. He's bleeding out. You know, good luck. You fucked up. You fought the wrong person today. And he goes outside. His wife goes outside. His kids got to get out too, right? They get their kids out. I'm in the house looking for my fucking phone. She got my phone already, and she threw it in my backyard. I'm going to tell you how I found this out. She's running, knocking on my neighbor's doors, telling them, watch out. Matt went crazy. He's high on meth. He's got guns. He's killing everyone. So I can't find my phone. I'm like pissed off. I hear her talking shit, yelling outside. Go chase her ass down. I'm running after her. Homeboy is fucking bleeding out the mouth, talking about, don't run, he ain't gonna do nothing. And he full of blood. So she gets on the other side of my neighbor's wall and picks up a 2x4 out of his driveway. It's because he has his RV parked there and he uses it to help push it around or whatever. So she decides to fucking swing the 2x4 at me. When she does that, I fucking catch it and punch her in the arm where she's holding it. And she was carrying her baby at the time. She dropped her baby.
Wait, she did all this holding a baby?
She's holding a baby and she's picking up 2x4s and she's swinging over my neighbor's wall to hit me.
Where was the baby when you stabbed him?
Upstairs. Their kids were upstairs. They had all their kids upstairs and we were fighting downstairs because they had this planned out.
Gulag shit, bro. They were watching from the balcony.
Yeah, they literally were. There's kids watching that had to testify, watching from the balcony.
Young kids? How old?
8, 9, 3, and 4.
Oh,
his kids, 3 and 4, and
they remember that then. That sucks, dude.
Yeah, it does suck. He had put me in that predicament. Now I found out later, the reason this happened is because this guy was selling cocaine in Alabama with his lawyer. Now the lawyer, they got in this jam. They got pulled over with the cocaine, and they need to get out of this jam. What they did was told on one of their associates who had killed someone, and they got him 25 to life. His name was like Ray or some shit. So they both needed to get out of Alabama before the word got out, and that's where he showed up to my house. His lawyer said, in California, there's no self-defense when you're living with someone and they're paying rent. So that's all he had to do was tell the judge, I'm paying rent here. I go to work every night. This guy does meth. And he gets mail at my house. This is where you fuck up. You never let somebody live in your house here in California.
So there's no way you get self-defense in California if you're living with someone.
No, because it's one of those liberal things, I guess. I have no idea. I didn't know this at the time. I thought, someone breaks in your house, you kill them. That's what you do. That's your goal. But no, you go to jail for sure, no matter what. So what happened was he hatched this plan, right, to do this and come to my house. Because he wanted my house. He needed somewhere to live. He's not doing good. Can't continue selling cocaine in Alabama. So I know now that this idea came from his lawyer. Because when I got out of jail and stuff, I'm watching shows like Breaking Bad, and I'm seeing like, oh, it all comes to me later. You know what I'm saying? But back to the story. Like after the chick is holding her baby and she wants to fight me with a 2x4, she's thinking the wall's gonna save her. But I just grabbed the 2x4 with my left hand when she swings it at me, and I punched her in the shoulder that she was swinging it with, and her baby fell out the other hand. And it sucks because the baby fell and he's looking up at me crying like I'm sure I look like the
looking
fucking
up at you like, Dad.
Oh my God, it was horrible.
Damn, bro.
So this is the part of the story I wanted to get to. My gate's wide open. I'm on my side of the driveway. She's in my neighbor's. After I punched her, she ain't talking shit no more. Yeah, bitch, you got punched, this and that. I go in my backyard because I want to get the hell out of here. They called the cops 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago for someone stabbing, has 4 guns, and they didn't show up.
Didn't show up.
All?
So I'm thinking, well, they're not here yet. Let me get out of here. I go in my backyard. I'm gonna hop the wall. But before I do that, I see my phone. It's busted up 3 pieces. The back's off, the battery's out, and then the phone. I put the battery in. I put the case on it, and it fucking rings. And the guy on the other side says, yo, 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 commissario, I'm coming through. We're going to go get some business suits for security. I said, oh, shit, I completely forgot. No, don't come through. Don't come through the fucking street. Come through on the freeway. Get on the freeway, past my house, get on, and pull over when you see the sound barrier wall end. And I'm going to come through right there. Sure enough, I hop over my wall. I track through this little area in the back of my house between the freeway and community area. There's a little corridor back there because there's a sound wall for the freeway and a sound wall for the houses. And there's homeless people that live back there. I'm running through these homeless people's fucking living rooms. They got carpet and shit. Talking about, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, fuck you. I'm Batman. This is the Bat Cave. Anyway, bro, long story short, I get to the end of the corridor where I told him to pull over where the sound wall ends. He was there. I said, damn, this is like the Batmobile because he's in an S550 AMG fucking
Damn,
V12.
dude. You got what?
So it was really like I felt like Batman. I was like, damn.
You committed a crime, or
Yeah.
supposedly, who knows?
Supposedly, yeah.
And you got picked up in a V12 AMG.
Yeah. So I do security for this guy that's pulling up.
Okay.
And so the first thing I tell him, his name is Carmine. I go, hey, I just stabbed Sean Mahoney.
So he knew the guy too.
He knew him. And I don't know if he was trying to pretend to be a mafioso or something. He just kind of took that information like, okay, you want to go buy some suits still? And he proceeds to take me to go buy suits. And as I notice we're headed towards Rancho Cucamonga, where the fucking place is, I'm like, yo, we can't go over there. I got to go to Mexico. I mean, this guy's going to die. He's probably dead. He says, okay, yeah. All right. Well, Acapulco. He takes me to Acapulco,
The Mexican restaurant.
I said, what the fuck?
He's like, close enough, my friend, close enough.
So the police are calling me. They said, come outside. I said, I'm not home. They said, yeah, you are. We can hear the freeway. You know you're by the freeway right now. You're in there. Come out. I said, listen, I'm at Acapulco off the 10 freeway. I'm not home. You can go in there. I left the door unlocked. I know you guys wanted to come over.
Oh, you told the cops legitly where you were.
Yep. I said, I'm over here, this and that, blah, blah, blah. They didn't believe me. I turned my phone off and went in the fucking Acapulco to eat. The Last Supper.
The Last
You know what I'm
Supper,
saying?
dude.
Yeah.
Wait, so you told them where you were, and then
Yeah.
you still went in and ate food.
Yeah, because I didn't want them to kick my door in and flash banging and all that. I wanted to convince them. He didn't believe me. Because keep in mind, the guy that's there at the scene is telling them I'm on meth and I have 4 guns.
Uh-huh.
So I said, all right, this is getting nowhere. I hung up on the detective or whatever. And I went in the restaurant. I had some ahi tuna, had a beer, some chips and salsa. The guy says nothing that I'm with. He's just like,
Is he shocked? Is he, what's going on?
I feel
with
like
him?
he's trying to be in a movie role or something. He's just going with it. He's trying to see how far I'm going to take it. I feel like he thinks I'm pretending.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He didn't even believe you did all this.
No, he didn't believe it because I found out later his name's not even Carmine. Like, he went to school in Glendora. His name's Josh Feliz. He's just pretending to be a mafioso. He just has a bowl cut with Al Pacino sunglasses and like a black Adidas tracksuit. Like,
Wow, he literally is living in a movie.
he's living in a movie. So when I told him, pick me up outside my Bat Cave in your Batmobile, it fit pretty good in his script, in his head, if you can imagine that. I'm putting all those terms on it now because it sounds cool.
Yeah.
That I have a exit to get out of my house that actually is on a freeway interchange, so I can really escape quickly. So if you can imagine all that. So we're done eating this fucking succulent meal, right? Ahi tuna, this and that. Like, we go out to the car. I tell him, fucking, let me turn my phone on. I gotta see what's going on. It rings right away. It says, Matthew, I know you're not on meth. I've spoken to people that are high on meth. I know you're not on meth. I said, yeah, I'm not. I'm not at home. So he's basically calling me again to say, come
Is this
out.
the cop?
Yeah, he's saying, come out of the house.
And they still think you're at home.
They still think I'm at my house after we've been gone an hour and a half, been to Acapulco.
Where are you
so
at
my
at this
street's
point?
blocked off. I'm in the parking lot of Acapulco talking to him.
Okay.
He's saying, listen, Matt, we got a helicopter, a bird in the sky. We got a lot of men blocking your street off, looking for you. We know you're in there. Come out with your hands up. I said, listen, man, This shit's getting really fucking annoying. I'm at Acapulco. I'm in the parking lot. I know you can hear the freeway. I'm on the phone right now. You can hear the freeway, and I know you're at my house, which is by the freeway, but I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I'm just going to hang it up. So, sorry, this didn't work out. Hung it up. We're getting in the car. Fucking gangster pretender guy, Carmine, starts taking me back towards my house. We get off at the exit. He goes, yo, 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 should I drop you back? Should I drop you back at the compound, commissario? I'm
He
like,
talks
bro,
to you like this,
he
dude?
talks like that. I said, bro, you see that fucking brown helicopter right
That's
there?
for me right there.
That's for me right there. He said, oh shit, you were serious? Oh fuck, get out, get out. I said, listen.
Oh, he kicked you out.
No, he tried to. I said, listen, if you don't want to end up on the fucking newscast tonight, you just going to do what I say. Take me up to Fifth Street in Euclid and give me some money. He gave me $25. I bought a beer and a pack of cigarettes, and I turned my phone back on. Fucking cops called it right away.
Have they just been calling you nonstop?
Yeah. So that's why I had my phone off. So when the phone rings, I answer. I said, hey, what's up? You want me to come out of the house still? He says, listen, he says the same thing. We gotta wrap this up. Okay. So let's just talk. What? And we get to talking. He tells me, I said, listen, I gotta go to Mexico. He said, why? I said, because I killed the guy, blah, blah, blah. I don't play dumb. He said, he's not dead. He's already got stitched up on scene from the ambulance. I said, yeah, bullshit. That was a nice try. And he sent me a photo. This guy's got stitches here, stitches here. And he says, yeah, you stabbed him in his face.
Oh, you hadn't known yet that
I didn't know
you
that.
got him in the face and not
I'm
the
thinking
neck.
I stabbed him where I was aiming, right here. The jugular vein.
That
right?
would have killed him.
I would have got him right away. So, if you can imagine that, he sends me the picture. I'm saying, wow, he's not really not bullshitting. You can see the blood and stuff, dried blood everywhere on his mouth. I'm thinking, okay, I can turn myself in. I told him where I was at. I said, I want you to come alone. I want you to arrest me, and I don't want anyone else. I don't want to get on the ground. And that's what he did. He honored that agreement. And that's probably the only time I've been arrested without getting on the ground, without taking my plugs out of my ears. I had double zeros at the time. They let me keep those in jail.
You wanted one cop to show up. One cop showed up?
Yep, the sergeant.
Really?
All the other cops stayed back. He pulled up. I'm standing in the middle of the street on Fifth Street in Euclid. And he pulls up. He said, I forget what he said, but I turned around, put my hands behind my back, and he just put them on me. I didn't fight him or nothing. I didn't have to get down on the ground.
So this whole like battleship of like cops showed up.
Yeah.
They all stayed back. One
Stayed
guy
back.
went up.
He came in his car, and yep, he did just what I asked. It was pretty cool. It really felt like a movie.
Everything you're explaining sounds like very movie-like, dude.
If you think about it, there's a lot of moving parts in your mouth. You know what I mean? And for a knife, a thick knife to go in there, not hit teeth or gums or tongue, and come out in one smooth motion. How he showed up in court is another thing, but I thought it was pretty amazing. It felt like someone was protecting us, but when I got to court, this motherfucker came to court with a scratch here, and a scratch here, and told the judge, whoever he told the story to, that I kept stabbing him. So he really wanted to get me fucking life or something. So
He had
that's
self-inflicted wounds that he claimed you gave to him.
he got high on some fucking bath salts or whatever and started picking his face. He likes heroin. He's a piece of shit. Shauna Mahoney, fuck you.
Where was your mom? Because your mom was living with you too, right?
My mom went to the store. They strategically timed this so when she left, he passed me on the stairs talking about, you're a fake ass friend. Let me use your car. Blah blah blah. So he instigated this. That's what his lawyer told him to do. I'm sure. Just get the big idiot mad. He'll attack you. Have your wife call the police. Bada bing, bada boom. He'll be out of there. But I figured this out as soon as she got on the phone. With the quickness I hit his ass, she's on the phone already. Like she had it ready. And I said, oh, damn. So when he grabbed the knife and he escalated the situation, I realized I had to take it to that next fucking level. So that's when I told you I opened the door and I stood out. And I told him, "This your last chance." I said I knew I was gonna stab this motherfucker. But
What was going? Like, did you talk to your mom about the situation? What was going on through her head?
no, I couldn't talk to her at the time. She had to come home with the street blocked off and find all this shit out. Where am I? What's going on? And then you got these two knuckleheads, the husband and wife, fucking Shauna Mahoney and his bitch wife, whatever the fuck her name is. He calls her literally. He's white, she's black, right?
We'll block it out. No, you're good.
So so keep that in mind and fucking so her name is Bree. He calls her Bree. Uh my mom gets to the scene. She comes up to him. My mom, sorry. She comes up to my mom saying that I'm telling my mom I'm high on drugs and I got 4 guns. She immediately slaps the shit out of her.
Your mom does?
My mom slapped the fuck out of her.
Hell yeah.
And the police had to break it up. She didn't get arrested or nothing. But the lady wanted to go back in the house like a rat trying to get back in its den. She kept talking about, oh, I got all my belongings in there. I've been paying rent here. My mom said, don't let her come up in my fucking house at all. I do not want her in here. This is their 21st day here. They're supposed to be out 3 weeks. Boom.
Did your mom know they were trouble?
She found out real quick because she must have been at the store 20 minutes and they pulled all that bullshit. So I'm thinking, I have no idea about the self-defense laws in California. There's no self-defense against someone living in your house. So I'm thinking when I turn myself in, I'm thinking, yeah, no big deal. And that's what the cop said. He said, you'll be in and out of there 48 hours, no big deal. And that's what he's supposed to say, to get all the cops from being out in the field looking for me to going on to the next call. So yeah, that sounded great to me. Oh, self-defense, yeah. I'll be out of jail quickly. That turned into fucking 11 months in the county jail and then 8 months in prison.
What did you go in for?
I went in for assault with a deadly weapon. But at first, they had me looking at 15 to 16 years because he came to court with all these pop marks on his face and said that I hit him multiple times with the weapon, GBI, great bodily injury.
So how did it go from 15 to 16 years?
This is how it went from 15 to 16 to just 2. He kept changing the story. So he had said at some point that he attacked me first, which I don't know what type of, I don't think he was thinking straight or if he got the story wrong, but that was one of the things where they won't tell me that. I found it out later, but it helped my case because my story stayed the same. And I was going to face a lot of time because I kept telling him, like, nah, fuck this guy. I don't feel no remorse. I'll do it again. I'm not thinking straight. So they're eating that up. They're like, oh, yeah, we're gonna take this to trial, this and that. And that's what I was telling them. Yeah, let's go to trial, motherfucker. And then one time, I got so angry because I wanted to take a deal for 6 years, right? I signed the deal and everything. But what they do is they get the judge and they get the stenographer and some other lady asking you questions about your well-being, your mental health. And the last question they ask you out of like 20 questions is, are you under the influence? I said, no, I'm not under the influence. I'm just tired. I want to get back to the county jail and get some sleep. I'm sleep deprived. And the fucking judge threw his pen down on the counter and spun his chair around and said, oh, you're sleep deprived. Well, why don't you go back to jail for 30 days and think about it or get some sleep, whatever the fuck he said. I was like, no, why don't we go to trial, motherfucker? And then I went back to my jail cell that night and I randomly opened my Bible just thinking, this is rock bottom. So in the Bible, whatever page I opened it to, it said, do not fear when you have times of trials and tribulations, when you have an outburst. Like, it protects you, basically, that outburst. And that's what it did. Saved me from getting 6 years just for saying, hey, I'm sleepy. Let's hurry this shit up. You're asking me all these questions. I had an outburst. So ever since then, I'd be like, they say you got to go to prison or you got to go to jail to find Jesus or find God. That's pretty much what happened from that point. I'm just randomly, I'll start looking in the Bible and it would happen again. Something that was going on in my life currently is pertaining to me is in this random page I'd open to in this book. And so that got me thinking, like, damn, there's really a force out there protecting me and this guy because he didn't get stabbed in the neck where I was aiming. Plus, it didn't hit any of the moving parts in his mouth when it went in his cheek. But now that guy's walking around with 2 slit marks in his face looking like the fucking Joker and shit. Like, There's another guy he played football with from Charter Oak. His name is Josiah. No, it's his brother, Jeremiah. Jeremiah O'Keefe. The guy I stabbed stole $16,000 from Jeremiah O'Keefe. So what happened was, I found out later from Jeremiah, this guy, Sean Mahoney, was going on this rampage, stealing from people and taking from them because he had fell asleep and rolled over on his firstborn, 5-year-old, his firstborn. He took all his opioids or whatever he did, his 400-pound ass, and he just rolled over on his kid until she had no more air in her lungs. But he got away with it.
Wait, did the kid pass away?
This is why this is some Breaking Bad shit, because his lawyer, he's always with the lawyer, right? They got it somehow blamed on black mold at someone else's house. So it's almost like they transported the dead child to...
The child died?
The child died.
This was your friend at the time's
My
kid.
friend, Sean Mahoney.
Was this at your house?
No, this was at his house. I found this out later. This is why he's going around taking money from people, because he feels like he's at his last end of the rope and he needs to get money so he can go make his moves or whatever. You know, he's going to disappear in Alabama, whatever. But this is a true story.
Wow, dude.
This motherfucker got away with murder by
And then tried to get
negligent.
you convicted of attempted murder would have given you that
yeah.
time, right?
He literally came to my plan. He came to my house with a plan to get me to assault him. That's his whole claim to fame, to get my house, to sue me after I assault him, and to say, oh, I've been working hard every night, paying these people rent, and then to sue my homeowner's insurance. But he sued me. I don't have no fucking money, and it's not my house. So that's his first mistake. He's a fucking idiot. And the whole time I'm in jail, my mom's going to depositions with this piece of shit, and keep in mind, she slapped his wife. So she's saying, look at your raggedy fucking bitch wife. She showed up to a deposition with flip-flop thongs on. Like, what the fuck kind of game are you running here? I'm going to run you so far into the ground, you never forget me, motherfucker. And that's my mom. You know, she's a Blackfoot Indian. And her lawyer was Joe Porter. That's fucking Suge Knight's lawyer. Some high-powered mother.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So you guys got a legit lawyer for this.
Yeah, we didn't fuck around. And our lawyer, their firm, knew the guy who we're talking about, who rides around with this cokehead. They know he's shady, because when he loses his fucking court case or whatever, he keys the defendant's car or whoever, the victim, whatever. They said, we know this guy. We know he's a piece of shit. Don't worry. So you got the lawyer. You got the Walter White character. He's just fucking people over, or whatever character you want to say. Basically, we're just saying he had a lawyer telling him what he should do to keep this drug venture going. We got to keep selling coke. But they told on someone. This is where they had the monkey wrench. They needed to lay low, but they came to the wrong fucking house. Like, he's been fucking off taking his steroids and his fucking opioids for 10 years. Whereas I'm just living, drinking beer, smoking weed, playing Call of Duty every day. So when he brought all that shit to my front door, when it all popped off, I was like, oh, something's going on. With the quickness she got on the phone, I said, all right, we're going to have to fight. So I fucked him up, and all that happened. The Batmobile came through, exited the Bat Cave, went to Acapulco, punched. Yeah.
So then, what was jail like after all this? Like, you spent
yeah.
you spent 2 years in jail. Tell me how that was like.
Jail's like summer camp. It's a bunch of fucking idiots that want to fight. I got to tell you this story. So first introduction to jail, we call it the dungeons, MCJ 2800, 2600. It's two adjacent buildings. They're right next to each other. You got Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and Delta. So I'm on Alpha, Able Row, they call it. So you sit in there for a couple months, couple weeks, whatever, until they call you to go to Wayside. Now, when you go to Wayside, you go from being in these cells with 2 or 3 people to a room with 100 people at Wayside up by Six Flags. So I didn't like that. So my whole thing now that I'm in jail is survival now. So I figured out in my head, I'm going to be the big dumb idiot. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I'm big and stupid. So what I would do when I go to Wayside, what I would do is I would piss off the biggest guy. I'd piss him off.
Which isn't you?
Not it. I mean, next biggest guy. Whoever looks like they could take me. You know, there was this boxer guy who was in there for stealing a motorcycle. I picked him. So the day before our altercation, I told him, hey, if you give me that fucking fruit bread, I'll give you some bologna tomorrow. You give me the fruit bread now, I'll give you the bologna when we get it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, right? He comes asking for his bologna. I said, what bologna? I don't know what the fuck you talking about. And he keeps crying about his fucking bologna. Bologna, bologna, bologna. We get all the way upstairs. I said, why don't you shut the fuck up and quit crying like a bitch? And he give him the bologna. He takes the bologna and throws it in the urinal next to the urinal cake. And he said, oh, them fighting words. We got to fight. I said, all right. So the Crips in there or whatever, they set it up so that when the next play on the football game, everybody would get loud, oh, on the next play. And then we'll go fight in the corner right away.
Wait, hold on. Well, football. Where's this coming? This is like the Adam Sandler movie? Or
Cowboys were playing on the TV, whatever pod.
Oh, watching actual like NFL.
Yeah, football, yeah.
And when you say set up a fight, the Crips set up a fight. What is setting up a fight?
So they're going to go downstairs, talk to the CO, and say, hey, we're going to have some shit popping off. So, you know, whatever they do. They could go talk to the Mexicans. They could go talk to the CO, talk to the other race, the whites. But I don't know nothing about it. I'm ready to fight. So what I do, when we fight and the football play goes off, oh, everybody gets loud. All right, I walk up to the guy. Let's go, motherfucker. And I put my face right where he can hit it. And he takes his shot. He hits me right in the fucking eye. Bam! So that's all you got? Everybody's looking the other way, looking at the COs and shit. Because there's a couple in a row of people on the top row. And they got their hands, oh, let's go, blah, blah, blah. And whoever else is behind the row, you know, they're watching the fight. So it's real organized in there. But
even the fights are that organized, huh? Like yeah. I've seen videos about jail stuff online, and I've seen when you guys are about to fight, you take your slides off. Is that like an indication that you're trying to fight? Is this similar to that or what?
Oh, yeah. I think we had sneakers at the time, little Vans, little slip-on shoes. Fucking
socks, that's what it is. I think when they take their socks off, it's like an indication that you're ready to fight or some shit.
Right. Throw your shoes off, whatever.
Yeah.
So my whole goal is for this guy to beat me up as bad as he can so I can get to the infirmary and get back to men's central booking so I can get my visits back. So nobody wants to drive out to fucking Six Flags where the Wayside is. So I did this a couple times every time I go over there. Pick a fight, let them fuck me up. Oh, I lost the fight. I get him in the headlock at the end once I got my two black eyes. Go to the hole, and then get on the intercom. Oh, my neck is cracking. I don't feel good. And so they say, all right. And they come and get you out. And they send you to the nurse back at MCJ. So that was my routine at the county jail because at MCJ, it's all fun and games. Everybody's having fun. It's summer camp. It's not 100 people around the room making noise all night. You sleep better.
So...
And you got to go to your case. It's easier to go to court. You don't got to fucking get a bus transfer and all that other shit.
So they didn't even catch the fight. This fight was literally, you guys fight. He doesn't even know what you're going to do, right?
I'm just all busted up, and I bit that motherfucker. That's what I did.
Do they know at the end that it was a fight, and then they go find that guy and figure that out, or what?
They got him, and the whole time the guy said, "Hey, don't tell on me. I didn't do nothing." And I'm thinking, this idiot just got played.
Enjoy your baloney, bitch.
Enjoy your hole for 40 days or whatever. Your baloney, bitch. Yeah, exactly.
So what happens? Do they now? So this is like where you see on like the TV shows with like bunk bed.
He sees me coming out of the hole. He knows that's not ordinary. He's in his cell. He said, "Hey, don't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. I didn't do nothing." I'm looking back. Oh, fucking idiot.
Wow.
He thinks I'm going to tell on him, but I got called out of the cell because my neck. He broke my neck. He's a boxer.
And do you get moved out because someone beats you up, or do you get moved out because you're hurt?
You get moved out because you're hurt. You need to go back to the facility that has the proper not morgue. What's that shit called? Infirmary, right?
Uh-huh.
They need to bandage you up, check you out, this and that. And I know this, so fuck Wayside. Every time I go there, I gotta get fucked up. I usually have two black eyes every time. So
when you say usually, how many times did this happen?
This happened 3 times, 2 black eyes.
They moved you this much back and forth.
Yep.
Wow.
On this other time, where I got the gratuitous double black eye was when I got jumped by 4 gang members, 2 Bloods and 2 Crips. So what happened was, it's late night in 5400, I think it's called, or 48. It's a school dorm
So
inside.
they couldn't even take you alone.
No,
The gangs had to team up.
they couldn't even knock me out. So I was in this school dorm. I signed up for school. That's a way to keep me at the Men's Central Jail. I get my visits, stay close to LA, not at Wayside out by Six Flags. Boom. I'm in the school dorm. Everything's fine. Fucking one night, I get a little too hungry. I see some spaghetti. I see the guy throw it away. It's on top of the trash can in a bag. Boom, that's mine. I go fucking enjoy that snack. A little spaghetti from the fucking lunch. Soy meat. It ain't fucking nothing special. But here people start talking, and somebody went and told on me, because all motherfuckers want to do in there is instigate shit like some bitches and get a fight.
They told on you for taking something out of the trash and eating it?
A black, yeah. So a black told on a black. That's all. So that he could instigate some shit and say, hey, that big dumb over there, he just ate spaghetti out the trash. He's making us look bad. Make us look like we're bums. And that's what they went off of. I said, all right. Okay, I think we could do something with that. Basically, they want to fuck me up. Get a fight or whatever. So they proceed to call me in the shower. I see all these motherfuckers. I'm like, all right. So, long story short, I walk up to the circle where they're at. I ain't let them get to talking, and I fired on the first motherfucker I seen. Boom, boom. And as soon as I did that, I got hit from this side, and in the back.
Wow.
So next thing I know, a fucking piss is running down my leg. I said, what the fuck? And I'm looking up, and I'm facing the other direction. I said, oh, I got knocked out that quick. So I got knocked out and woken up to where I spun around 180 degrees. I'm facing this way now. Piss running down my leg, and I'm holding on to one of the guys. I'm choking him. I get hit again. Bam, bam, bam. And I let him go. Before I can think who I'm going to hit next, this guy, this one, or this one, the fucking cops come in there. So I think it was around 2 a.m. and they orchestrated it that way. Call me in the restroom right before the cops do their walk to get me out of there. They didn't want me eating spaghetti out of the trash, but all my fucking food that I had saved up in a bag, somebody went in my bag and fucking started taking from it, and they got their ass whooped because they really want to fuck anyone up. It don't matter. Oh, you fucked up? All right, we're gonna fuck you up because
Even
that's
if it
their
has nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
They just want to mess with you.
We want to fuck with you. So it's called politics. And the blacks, they police the blacks. Or the others, the Asians, Indians, whatever. And that's basically all them want to do in there is find out what's the next fight, who we're going to fuck up. We're going to be talking about this fuck up for a minute, laughing about it. So
is it like you, if I were to go to jail, correct?
yeah.
I would be with the blacks, right?
Yeah.
As a Middle Eastern, there's no like Middle Eastern subsection
No,
or something?
you'd be a other with the blacks, and they'd say, you got any food coming? You got any money on the phone? You got anything coming? Just to know, like, all right, take your phone time, get some food from you or whatever.
No, there's a whole nother world that like not even the COs know, right? Like, what does money get you in there? Like, can I hit you up or hit someone up in there that has something like valuable, like a phone or drugs or whatever it might be in jail?
So it all works by PayPal and like outside. Who you get the numbers. Somebody calls you and gives you the numbers. The numbers are PayPal numbers, and you give them to the whatever other criminals in there. You give him those numbers, and he taps it into his people on the outside, gives them that number, and boom, you got $800. Whether that's for their heroin or fucking cocaine or shitty fucking weed come out of someone's ass, It's all just crackheads and little kids in there that never had a dad. That's all. It's like a big summer camp that people just want to fight. It's gladiator school. You just fight and fight and fight.
Are phones common where you were?
Yeah.
How does someone get a phone into jail?
If you wanted a phone, you would get that number from the outside. You'd have however long the number is, you'd repeat it to, you either give it to the CO that has the phone, or you give it on the outside and give that to whoever you're going to give it to. I don't know. I didn't fucking wanted any phones. There's nothing you can do with a fucking phone for me in there. But yeah, the COs are just as crooked as the inmates.
Sometimes the CO might be the one bringing the stuff in, right?
Oh yeah, because that's big money for them. Because the PayPal number that you get from your whoever's buying the shit, putting money on the card, whatever it is, you give it to the CO, and he's got $1,000 now. You say, all right, all I gotta do is give this fool a phone, and he's gonna take the phone and resell it to you. That's how shit works in there. It's just that's their side hustle, and they got to play by the rules so that they go home at night too.
Yeah, because it's scary for them too. Like you see them getting jumped.
They're locked in that motherfucker too, and they're just as miserable. But the inmates are having fun. They're like monkeys climbing in a fucking cage. They're just waiting for their next meal or their next fight or their next fucking. But the you always see in the fucking movies and shit, people getting raped, that's in Alabama, not in California, because the politics are too good down here. They don't fuck around.
Oh, that stuff doesn't happen. So let's say there's a sex offender that comes in.
Oh yeah,
What does that look like?
he'll get stabbed if he's a Mexican. The Mexicans are real adamant about that shit. They see him in the hall, they'll probably be cuffed up, just trying to attack them while they got their hands cuffed behind their back. You don't see those people come into general population.
Oh, do they separate him here?
Separated. But if you're Mexican and you're handcuffed, you still got to go try. If you've seen that movie Shot Caller, this guy's handcuffed, but he's gonna bite, kick, knee, or whatever he can to beat up that piece of shit rapist or child molester or whatever.
Now, how do you guys know who's in for what in jail?
Because the COs work with the inmates and tell them if the fucking guy with the keys is real active and he's on top of his shit, he's gonna say to the fucking CO like, "Hey, I need to know what this guy did. His story ain't adding up. I want to know. Can you check his paperwork?" And the CO usually be like, "Yeah, I got you." Their lingo is like pretty close to how the criminals talk because they want to be friends with them. Like they want to talk cool and be fucking right in there with them. Like it's like high school, bro. It's just kids in bigger adult bodies. They just want to fight and do drugs,
So,
eat chips and soup.
dude, that's crazy. So, if you like, are people less likely to mess with you after they know something you might have done? Is that true
If
too?
it's murder.
It's murder. They're like, they back
Yeah.
off or something.
Oh, yeah. People love asking me what I did. And when I tell them the fucking story, I just got to keep telling it over and over. And like, the bitch blocked your punch? I say, yeah. Like, damn, they think I'm making this shit up. But it's really like that movie Pain and Gain, where these three bodybuilders go after this Jewish guy as they hating on him because he's got so much money and he's an asshole. And they kidnap him, torture him, and get him to sign over all his property to them. And that's a true story. It's a movie. So the more I think about this story and what this guy came to my house and tried to accomplish by suing me and getting me to attack him and getting me arrested and this and that, he's basically cracked out of his mind like these steroided bodybuilders usually are. And he was a bodybuilder. You get a chemical imbalance in your brain. So basically that frontal lobe that is never fully developed just gets more damage from all the fucking hits you've taken playing football and damaging your body doing steroids. It's like Aaron Hernandez, right?
Yeah.
So these guys, they have brain damage. So in his head, he's thinking, oh, I'm going to go to Matt Anderson's house. I'm going to trick him into hitting me. And then I'm going to have his house. I'm going to live on his street. And everything will be all right.
I mean, that's the problem too. Like, if he was on drugs, whatever was wrong with him, the positives all sounded really good to him, right? But if you don't take any of the negatives into consideration, there's a lot worse.
When you're doing cocaine and you're fucking with your lawyer, and your lawyer says, "Hey, in California, there's no self-defense. I mean, we're leaving Alabama. We're on the run. I mean, we did just snitch on someone and got them 25 to life. Where should we go?" You show up at my house. Say, the big nice guy that looks up to you back in high school 10 years ago, go to his house. Take his house, get him to attack you when it's time to leave.
The lawyer was literally working with this guy.
That's all I can conclude in my head. Because after I watched the show Breaking Bad, I said, holy shit, that's probably what happened to me. So what happened realistically was this guy, Sean Mahoney, had possession of my kid's iPad. It's missing 2 and 3 days.
Well, you have kids?
I'm a guardian of my cousin.
Okay.
I don't have kids, but her iPad, that's hers. He got it for 2 and 3 days. We can't find it. We're thinking, damn, somebody must have stole it. I find the fucking thing in between a couch cushion because that's where he placed it. I look at it. I want to see who's been looking at this fucking. Where has it been? Sure enough, it's got his fucking all this freaky shit coming in. I said, oh. And I went and confronted him right now. I said, it was nighttime. I said, he was outside smoking. I stepped out there in the back patio. I said, I just found my fucking kid's iPad right now. I seen what you've been looking at. And all the
I
time.
didn't even realize that was on the kids stuff.
Yeah, it's the kid's iPad. I said,
Holy crap.
we was looking for this fucking iPad. Why didn't you say no? I'm going to fuck you up. Let's fight. I'm not just going to hit this bitch ass. So let's fight. There's still some respect left. You know what I'm saying? He said, no, I don't want to fight you right now. My kids are sleeping. I'll leave tomorrow. So when all this shit popped off.
This was the day before the situation happened?
Yeah, as well. This same day, the reason why I stepped outside to fight him is he was cleaning my floor when I got home. And I went in the bathroom. And he's on his hands and knees cleaning my fucking floor. And there's a Gatorade top here with water in it. And a cut off straw right here. I'm saying, what are you doing? And what the fuck is this? He said, oh, you caught me. It's black tar heroin. I'm sorry. I said, wow, you got to go, bro. And that's when I called him outside and confronted him about the iPad situation. I said, you're a real fucking sexual deviant and shit. Is that why you trying to get me to fuck your wife and that's why you want to live here? You think I'm going to fuck your wife and then you're really going to stay here extended?
Is that what they were trying to do?
That's when it clicked in my head. He's saying, that day, he's saying, my wife really likes you. You should go talk to her. I'm thinking, this is unordinary. And then I'm thinking in my head of how Tim Schneider at Bulldog Gym fucked his wife while he watched. So he's introducing his wife to people so he can watch his wife fuck the other man because he gets off on that shit. This gym owner's white. And I'm thinking, and it clicks in my head right then, like, oh, damn, you're a real piece of shit. That's when I stepped outside with him. I said, let's fight, bro. We need to get this shit resolved right now. And when he said, I don't want to fight, that's because the next day he knew he was going to hatch this plan. He's going to instigate a fight. That way, his wife can be there.
He was trying to build tension more and more for that day.
His wife could get on the phone right away once I attack him. That's their whole goal, get me to assault him. That's it. So I thwarted this attack by actually stabbing him to the point where you have to leave now because you need medical attention and you got to get out of my house because I'm literally crazy now. And he created this reality. So for all that to happen, it was at a time where I just lost a bunch of weight too. So it kind of put me back in a hole. So I put all that weight back on, and now I'm even heavier. I'm not 330, which is where I was then. I'm 440. So wow. You can only imagine where I'm at now. I'm twice as strong, but the only reason it's good is because of the cell chelation made my cells more dense. So I can pack on more pounds and be as lethal, as mobile, as agile, hostile. It's in a movie, isn't it? I'm pretty sure.
So what was your life like after jail, right? So you got out after 2 years.
So after jail, it's like just a blip happened. I went to jail for 11 months in the county and 8 months in prison. It's like, oh, I'm back home now. And just being in the room where all this shit happened, thinking I'm not going to be back here for 16 years. That's all they kept telling me. Sign this deal or else you're going to get 15, 16. All they do in court is try to scare you. And then when you don't fall for that, they say, all right, go back to jail for 30 days. That's their whole game. It's a big business. It's an industry. I think that's just trading on the stock market. That's big money. Those are private prisons, and they get money locking people up. And that's why these DAs have things like win percentages, and you think you're going to win? Yeah, I'm going to win. That's,
so,
yeah.
What was do you know what your bail was set at?
It was 100. I want to say. I don't remember now. It's been a lot of years, but more than 100,000, less than 500,000.
Wow.
But I remember at one point I was thinking like, nah, don't bail me out. I needed to come to jail. I needed to get this shit straight, and I did. Because after that is when I quit drinking and smoking. I really focused on health type of stuff. I mean, actually, it was prior to that. Right before I went in, I had received some information on how to cleanse and how to detox and do circulation. So the jail really helped me push that forward, and I didn't really. I got more tuned in to spirituality from opening the Bible randomly and seeing something that pertains to my life that day. Like it was really eye opening. Like there's something bigger at play here. So this ain't really that big a deal as jail. And the way I got out with such little time is because someone inquired about me at a friendly, party, birthday party. Where's Matthew at? This and that. And my mom explained the situation, and the lady basically said, "Oh hell no, we're gonna get this shit resolved right away." And the next time I went to court, this lady showed up, and unbeknownst to me, I'm thinking like she's gonna ask me to tell this story from the beginning, this and that, and that's what she did. And my response was, "Nah, I'm not going over this again." In my sixth or seventh public defender, I said, "Just go in there, do your job, and tell them I want to go to trial." She said, "No, Matthew, I am gonna do my job, but you're getting out of here." And
This was your mom's friend, right?
yeah, family friend.
Wow.
She was a lawyer. So she goes and talks to the DA, whoever she talks to, judge, whatever. And I go sit in the holding cell for another 10 minutes. And I'm thinking, okay, if anything's going to happen, it's right now. I'll start praying. I'm like, please, God, just give me 2 years. That's all I want. I want to get out of here. It's been 11 months in this county. If you're real, I just want 2 years. And they call me back to go talk to the lawyer. She says, all right, Matthew, we got a deal for you. I think you're going to like it. They want to give you 2 years.
Wow.
I said, wow. And what that means is my 11 months that I've already spent, I only have to do 8 months now or 7 months because it's all about the percentage. You have to do 85% of your time.
Now, do you think going to jail really sets you straight? And like, do you think you wouldn't be the
Yeah.
man you were today if you didn't go to jail?
Yeah, I think it helped me out because I wasn't working. I didn't have a career. I do now. I'm a power line mechanic, but I'm just a groundman. I just dig holes. Power line construction. I dig holes for telephone poles. If you're a felon, they're still gonna hire you. They don't discriminate. It's a union. And before that, I didn't have much guidance. You know what I'm saying? But I think that someone like that I looked up to, and he knows I looked up to him. Like, oh, if he says I'm coming over, he's coming over in his muscle car, Malibu, whatever fuck breed it was, Chevelle, whatever. He's coming over, but he wouldn't come. He would go do some other shit. Oh man, fuck, he didn't. Oh man, I didn't get picked up. Oh well, next time I see him, big smile. Hey, this guy's on roids and shit. He's big. It's all big guys like is other big guys around him, so we can go work out. We can go fucking rough house, wrestle, whatever the fuck. Because big people, they're not the same as normal sized people. We do other shit. We drink more. We fucking eat more. Don't fuck more though. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bitches don't like that shit. So
I was gonna ask,
his girlfriend, wife, whatever, put up more of a fight than he did. Yeah.
that's crazy.
He told the judge he only grabbed a knife to scare me. And that's another reason when I put it all the pieces together, I said, oh, this whole thing was just to get me out of my own house so he could close the door and lock it, have the police come, and they pretend to be all scared on the inside like I really got 4 guns, I'm really high on meth, and I'm just a big crazy in the fucking nice neighborhood.
Instead, he left with.
I said, not, yeah, in my head,
Pretty
I ain't going
wounds.
out like that. Yeah, I'm stabbing you. I'm going to Mexico, learn some Espanol, passport, bro, a little bit,
So, has it been hard for you after jail to like, get jobs? You mentioned you have the power line; they hire felons. What has that been like looking for a job?
Well, that's why I mentioned I'm in the union. I don't have to deal with that. I can have tats on my face, to my forehead. They're still gonna hire you. They can't. They don't discriminate in the union.
Talk about your tattoos, bro. I remember you had some funny stories about them. Like,
Oh,
if you could
man.
show them, like, kind of roll your sleeves up a little bit if
Oh,
you
yeah.
get close on that.
Fucking,
Like, show them, put them up. Like, what are they? They're just like, I see lines, right?
yeah.
Uh-oh.
So what you got is, I had this guy. He was doing a tattoo on me. It's a rose right here. It's very light. And I'm looking at him tattoo this rose on my arm. I'm thinking, I could do that shit. And you can see how light that rose is, right? And then you see all this Crayola bullshit. That's where you can imagine where I took over. And now when
wait, hold on.
Yeah.
He was doing a rose, and you're just like, no, I
beautiful
want to do it.
rose, he's gonna do it real light, maybe put a couple layers on it, put some colors in there. And I'm drunk. I'm thinking, let me do it. I could do it. That's when we got the fucking drawing outside of the lines, Crayola green marker everywhere.
I kid you guys not. If you guys are looking close enough, like, follow my finger. This is what it looks like. Boom, rose, rose.
literally. So
And then you made a comment to me before. I asked him one time, I'm like, dude, what is it? You're like, it's abstract. It's whatever you want it to
whatever
be.
you want it to be, bro. See, like on this side, we got a peacock.
That looks like a lot of DNA strands and cells.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of bullshit.
Show them the smiley face.
So on the right here,
Can you even see that?
we got a smiley face on this side,
You can't even see it. It's a smiley face from every angle you look at it.
and if you look this way,
Hold on, look at the camera.
there's another smiley face
All right, there it is.
right here. And so that was when I was smoking weed and drinking a lot. You know what I'm saying? Drinking beer every day, smoking weed every day. It never went more than that. That was content. But this guy that came to get my house, he's doing beer, OxyContin, testosterone, whatever else, fucking D-ball, I think is the name of it. We used to go to parties, and before we pull up into the party, this guy would inject himself with some substance, whatever, it's probably D-ball, whatever the fuck. He always got to get in a fight with someone. Never fight them, but be woofing the whole time. The loudest motherfucker around. Probably can't fight. Never seen him get in a fight once. At the end of every party, you fuck the whole party up, take his shirt off, be yelling, going crazy, but not fight, and think it's funny. So, looking back on it now, like, this guy, man, he really fucked up with putting these steroids in his body at a young age. It really gives you a chemical imbalance and fucks your brain up. Because you have a false reality about life. You think you can go to someone's house and all of a sudden, that's your house now. You're going to pay the bills there. You're going to sell drugs to live there. You're going to make trips to Alabama to sell cocaine. But I'm pretty sure you got caught up, snitching ain't nothing nice. They're going to find you. The people he snitched on were if they're already killing people in Alabama, like, you can only imagine. I'm just glad they didn't show up to my house after he showed up there, but
Dude, I'm glad you're alive, bro.
yeah. So
What are we looking at on time, Armand? Oh, that's perfect, bro. You got anything else you want to talk about, Matt?
So we've gone over how I went to jail, how I ended up getting a shorter sentence.
We talked about the whole shebang bang, shebang dang, shebang bang.
So once I got out of jail, okay, boom. Back with the fucking commissario guy. Remember the guy that picked me up in the Batmobile?
Oh, wait, he came back?
Yeah, he came back. So he's thinking, all right, everything's cool now. You out of jail, you're proven innocent. Whatever he's thinking. He's telling me I'm going to be a security guard. We're going to continue where we left off, basically. First night out, we go out to Club fucking Luna, I think it's called. Club Luna, over by the Shiloh Inn in fucking Pomona. Yeah, by Cal Poly Pomona. No, that's
Was this like your get out party kind of deal?
I guess. This guy, wait, let me get the city right, though. It's by Mount Sac. So it's not Pomona. Maybe that is Pomona. Anyway.
Walnut.
Okay.
Walnut's
so,
over there, yeah.
First night out, okay, yeah. So he gets a booth. He pays for the booth. He gets the girls around or whatever. They drink, but they don't drink like I drink. So long story short, by the end of the night, it's time to go. I'm looking at all these fucking drinks everywhere. I just start drinking that shit. Boom. We gotta go. I'm drinking it fast. I'm blacking out left and right. So We get back to my fucking house, long story short. He's dropping me off out the limo and shit. And I'm telling him, all right, time to get paid. And he's telling me, all right, I don't have the money. I gotta go to the ATM tomorrow. I'll pay you back.
He's telling the club this?
No, he's telling me.
Oh, okay.
telling
Wait,
me.
you paid for all that?
No.
What did you pay
He
for?
paid on a card. I'm asking him for cash now.
Oh, okay.
Because my security job is over now, right?
Got you. Okay.
So he's telling me that bullshit about the ATM as he's like in his car going down the street. I'm like, no. And I'm drunk. I get in my car. I'm following that motherfucker.
Oh my God, dude.
And I'm blacked out. So the next thing I know, I'm following this limo and I get into a cul-de-sac. I don't know where the fuck I'm at, but in my head, I'm going to do a U-turn. But I wake up and the cops are here.
Dude, right after you got out?
Yeah, bro.
How long after was this?
Long enough.
You're telling me you got out of jail. You went to the club and this happened?
No, yeah. As soon as the word got out that I was back and I stabbed this fool and this and that, you got to keep in mind, this person that's looking for me, that wants to hang out with me, it needs a security guard. He's used to getting beat up on.
And now his security guard is chasing him down the street to fuck him up.
So he hears I'm back. He wants me back. You know, he wants to be safe. That's all I know is fucking people around me. They want me to keep them safe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the deal we got going on. Cause he talks shit. He says he's a fucking mafioso. He's wearing all black. So much so to the point where my job is to bring girls to him, right? I bring girls to the limo, and the girls are, regular. They're fucking bubbly personality. They ask, so what do you do for a living? And he's sitting there, whoa. That's a little pertinent information we can't be getting into, You do little things, though, if you know what I mean. And the bitch comes up to the front window, banging on the window. I want to get out. Let me out. We had to let her out. So this would happen. It'd either be that or this guy would go in the club, pull what he thinks is a bad bitch, and because she's taller than him, and there's two of them, get to the limo, and you take a picture. You say, hey, take a picture of us. You take a picture. The bitch is taking a shot, and you see huge Adam's apple and fucking 5 o'clock shadow coming in. Oh, and it said, whoa. And I'm taking the picture, right, and I send it to him. And he's saying, oh, shit, we got to make a pit stop. Like, you got to pull over and basically convince these two, what he thinks is females, to get out like we're getting food, and we got to just drop them off where we're at. But every fucking escapade would end like that, where the goal is to get some women, some bitches or whatever, and he'd find a way to fuck it up. Talking about, this is Puerto Vallarta, where I'm from. Well, I just came back from there, and I'm looking to take you. And that's not what they're looking for at the time, I'm thinking. So he would scare them with the black outfit, the black hair, the black glasses.
Is this guy Italian? What is he?
He pretends to be Italian.
So does he talk Italian, but he doesn't sound like he's not really...
He goes in the club with a gimmick. He will tell his cousin that speaks Farsi.
Hey, I speak Farsi.
Okay. He would tell his cousin, okay, when I say this, gabagoo, yabba gibba yee.
I understood that. That means go get the tallest girl. It's a man.
Go get the tallest bitch. Yeah. So he would have this thing, actual Italian language. He say it to his cousin. When I'm talking to a girl, I'm going to say this to you, and you say it back in Italian. And that's going to be the cue for her panties to drop and come over my house and sleep with me. And so I just used to be around this guy thinking, like, what a fucking loser. And he wouldn't have, like, a Facebook or nothing because I couldn't figure it out at the time. I'm thinking, Carmine, this guy's name. He would hand me his credit card and shit. It would say, Carmine di Amore. And I would think, like, damn, this motherfucker's the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out later, I'm in a DUI class from chasing this fool down the street, and they're talking about him. They say, yeah.
We'll fix it. Go ahead.
He's saying, my neighbor, this girl's talking in a DUI class. She's like, yeah, everything is going good. But the other night, somebody crashed their 760 BMW V12 through my white picket fence and into my front yard and tried to leave. Walking, and I followed him back to his house. He's got a mansion. And this is right around the time that this Carmine guy, he goes from having a 760 V12 or 745, whichever one it is, to having a AMG S550 V12, Mercedes Benz. What happened was I'm at a DUI class, right? And I'm finding out that this guy's not a fucking mafioso like he says. Basically pretending to be an Andrew Tate type of person, right?
Okay.
Saying I'm a millionaire, this and that, but it's really his dad's money and he just gets the scraps.
Okay.
He gets the limo to go out and the card, boom, to get bottle service. That's nothing for his dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, unbeknownst to me, right? That's going to be the favorite word of this podcast.
Unbeknownst. I've heard that like 7 times
right?
in the past minute.
So, a lot of things I didn't know going in, I find them out later, have an epiphany. This is where I figure out things like, oh, that's why I stole the beef jerky at USC. I didn't want to play football because the piece of shit punk ass coach I had at the time who was teaching Pop Warner didn't know shit about football. He just liked rolling the end. Fuck you. Yeah. And so
what was your epiphany on this?
Epiphany on this was, this is not an Italian guy. It's a Persian or Armenian or.
I would have figured that out right when I saw the AMG V12 Benz, bro.
Okay, yeah.
That's all we drive.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. It's not an Italian car, bro.
You go for the best, right? So, damn. So what happened was, I'm at a DUI class. I got a DUI. I fell asleep, right? Chasing him down because he didn't pay me. And coincidentally enough, when I get to the DUI class, that's who they're talking about. This guy, I said his name before, but Carmine Diamore. It's his made-up fictional name.
His name was
Changed his name
or
to
something.
His name was Josh Feliz. Feliz. Okay. Boom. We're talking about what happened to your DUI. How'd you get in this situation? Somehow she brings up this guy that crashed his nice V12 in her driveway, and I'm thinking, is that the same V12 that my friend said that he let our other friend drive and blew up on the freeway because he pushed the pedal down too hard? And I got to talking to her. I said, is his name Carmine? She says, no, his real name is Josh Feliz. He went to Glendora. He's just a rich kid. He don't have no friends. He tried to make friends. And he puts on, he watches Scarface. He puts on this persona. And this is what really got me caught up because like I said, he get to the club, wouldn't be drinking because he wouldn't even smoke because he'd be paranoid. Couldn't handle his liquor because I guess he did too much and blacked out at some point. So he gets to the club, buys the liquor for his friends and the bitches, right? The women. So they weren't drinking it. I drank it, got to the DUI. Boom. She's explaining this guy to a T. The car, it's wrecked, and it made sense to me. Oh, he's got a brand new car now. And she's saying, yeah, he goes by Carmine, but his real name is Josh. So now I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's a character. This is what makes me think I need to talk about this guy because he's really a movie script walking around. He's really a modern day Scarface without the cocaine. You just want to be Scarface. Then the shit he says is like, when I tell someone I just stabbed someone, it's not normal for you to be like, okay,
get in, buddy.
You want to go get some suits?
You want to go?
Oh, yabagoo. Like, oh my God. Like, it was really strange to be like, yo, I just stabbed Shauna Mahoney, just so you know, full disclosure. Okay, let's go. Boom. He just fucking go fast. So yeah, man, that's pretty much where we're at with it. Once we got out of jail, we fucking with this idiot, and this is before I got into the union where I had a stable fucking. I don't got to go chase nobody down for $80, because you don't got your daddy's money on you. You know what I'm saying?
It was funny because Matt has this thing he does called barking.
Oh yeah.
And you like not too loud.
That's just 25%. Yeah.
So it's funny because you were driving with Chris one day, and there was a cop that had someone pulled over on the side of the road.
Oh, this is right, yeah.
And you guys called me right away and told me the story. Supposedly, this cop is giving someone a ticket, currently writing it, talking to the person.
Yeah.
As they're driving by, Matt just, I kid you not, the cop runs back to the car, right? Gets in, pulls you over.
Pulls me over. He says I was straddling the line. We know what it was really about. I said, all right. And long story short, he gave me a ticket, and he's like, is there anything else I can help you? I was like, fuck no. I was like, I got to get out of here. So he tried to say I was straddling the line, but
You're like, you ran all the way to your car and chased me down because I was straddling the line.
I thought he was so far from his car I could get one yell off and speed off, but I hit a red light and he really wanted to fucking. He's like, "Is everything all right?" Who was yelling? I should have been like, "Yeah, it was Chris yelling. He's high on some crack." But no, Chris is like, okay. I thought Chris was gonna be like, he was quiet, but I don't fucking know. That piece of shit cop gave me a ticket for straddling the line. He couldn't be straight up like, I'm gonna give you a ticket because you trying to yell at me that was weird, but
that's hilarious, bro.
Yeah, all shit like that happens is like Tuesday and Wednesday for me. Like this morning we was getting bagels, fucking getting out of cars. I can't fit in the cars, so I always be making loud noise like that. And
dude, the whole building shook.
That was one of the things that why they liked me in the county jail. That's where I got my name, Bigfoot, because at night the different races would do their sign off, which is kind of like saying good night. And after the blacks would do theirs, I would shake the bars for as long as I could,
yelling like
and
that,
scream as I was like, yeah.
This started in jail.
Oh yeah, it started in jail. That's where I got it from.
Oh, you been barking?
Yeah, that shit just come out of me like you're trapped in a fucking cell. All you can do is grab onto these bars and try to break them. And I would get to shaking the bars so violently, it would sound like it's coming off the rack. And the more I yelled, the people just feed into it like, fuck yeah.
Are people joining with you and yelling?
Yeah. Yeah. Real deal. Wow. That's where I got the name Bigfoot, from the county jail.
Interesting, dude.
Now, when I went to prison a little later, I would always go out to the court and play basketball. And they had some fucking shoes, Converse, size 16, because none of the boots would fit my big-ass size 18.
Oh, you get some good deals at Ross, bro, huh? You get some good deals. You have all the sizes, 18 and up, where you can... Dude, there's like dust from like years ago, but you'll find like Kobe 5s worth like $800 on there for you.
Yeah, I got 3 pairs of Kobe 5s from there one time, $30 a piece.
You're serious?
Red, white, and blue.
You're not kidding.
I'm not
kidding. For real, Kobe, after I said Kobe 5s, you bought Kobe 5s at Ross?
Ross, $30.
And what, they're like $700 now, no?
Yeah. You guys got to get there when they happen to put these things on the shelf. And for a person that has a big shoe like that, and you see shoes like that, you buying them all. And so... earlier, coming up, that's what me and my mom would do. She would tell me, go on in there. If you see something you like, just get them all. Get all of them. Because you ain't going to see that shit again.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 7th grade wearing a size 15 shoe.
Holy
fucking
crap.
No more skateboarding shoes. You playing basketball now. So this is why I had such a fucking problem when the high school coach grabbed me by the shirt and telling me I'm going to play football all of a sudden. That's when the sour taste was put in my mouth. I was never stealing shit before then. Like, I didn't ever speak up for myself. I was a real soft kid, you know. Was never good at football, so I was soft. Never want to hit someone. That shit was never put into me because my mom put me forward a grade because I was bigger than everyone. So if you can imagine a senior who's 18 versus me, which would be a junior as a senior, and I'm 16 or 17, you can imagine the development is not there. The intensity, the aggression. Right. That's what really sucked the life out of football for me. That and having a Pop Warner piece of shit, punk ass coach, Roland Deanda. Google that bitch. I hope he went to jail.
I hope so, dude.
Yeah, just put all the girls in the front row. Tell them to wear skirts, which they did, and buy them Victoria's Secret underwear. But you know you're not a good coach, so you get a bunch of good coaches around you, and we actually win a championship.
Well, I think that's a good place to call it. So,
yeah.
Thank you, Matt, for joining me. Today's episode was crazy. Dude, your stories are wild.
What you got in your refrigerator right now? I'm about to rob this place.
Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everybody who's tuned in and watched this whole podcast. I will see you guys every week. I drop a new episode of the No Script Podcast as Matt sits there trying to figure out his microphone situation.
All this shit could be broken so easily. You shouldn't even have a person like this in here.
Get the fuck out.
Time to go.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next week on another episode. I'm Nalbandi, your host. See you guys. Peace.
Yeah.